What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. Last time, we managed to do the School Battle Brawl, the big tournament that has been kind of in the general lead-up for the post-game story. We were ultimately the one victorious in the Battle Brawl, and even though there's a bunch of other tournaments that will now be held, we pretty much got through all that we needed to get through. In this episode, there's not really a whole lot that we have to do left. Realistically, there's only 3 things that we have left to do. We still need to finish off our last 2 classes, and then we also need to go and catch the Treasure Legendary Quartet, it seems like. But we will focus on classes. So all we have left are Biology and Home Ec. Honestly, I'm not really feeling the best right now, so trying to do a lot of character voices is probably not going to be the best thing for the time being, until I can fully recover. But I definitely need to get an episode out, so I'm powering through. So, originally I was going to try to save Jacques for last, since he doesn't seem to have a particular story associated. But, since there is no story associated, I think that's going to do wonders for my voice in the long run. So today we're going to focus on the rest of our biology classes. Hello, hello! I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. I seem to remember teaching you all about the importance of eggs in our last class together. On that note, is everyone using their Pokedex? It registers Pokemon born from eggs as well as those encountered via other methods, so don't you worry about that. And, just so you know, I'm the one who developed the Pokedex app. It was way before I started teaching here at the Academy, though. Back then, I was a researcher. In fact, Director Clavel wasn't working in education at the time either. He was researching alongside me at the same facility. We got to research Pokemon together day in, day out. Ah, those were fun times. I got yelled at all the time, though. Wait a second, how to get into this? Pretty sure I was talking about the Pokedex. Anyway, today I'd like to teach you about catching Pokemon. As you all know, a great way to catch a Pokemon more easily is to first lower its HP. But there's another way to up your chances of a successful catch. Can you guess what it is? Status conditions! Prove you're stronger! I mean, isn't that the whole point of battling? But status conditions. Wow, that's right, Destro, great job! The correct technique for making Pokemon easier to catch is to inflict them with a status condition. Sleep is an especially effective status condition. It makes Pokemon drastically easier to catch. If you have a Pokemon that can use moves that put opponents to sleep, like Sleep Powder or Hypnosis, filling up your Pokedex will be a cinch. There are other ways to improve your catch rate as well, like using Pokeballs specifically designed to be effective against certain Pokemon. Eating food that gives you catching power works too, or sneaking up on Pokemon from behind to catch them by surprise when you start a battle. If you're having trouble, you may want to make the rounds to the gyms to get gym badges. Earning gym badges will make it easier to catch Pokemon of higher and higher levels. Please do come show me your Pokedexes once they start to fill up. Another day, another enjoyable class. Oh yeah, don't forget, our next class will be a test. I'm going to assume that there really isn't anything for Jacques. What? Penny, Arvin, Nimona? Okay, that's... Alright, that's different. I guess they have certain part of their sites. Wait, what was that up there? Oh, Murkrow. I guess they have certain aspects to their own personal stories. Might have to get another episode out of all this. But we're gonna stick with the plan and just stay with Jacques. So, off to the midterm. Hello everyone! Today is our midterm exam. It sure feels good to fill in all those empty spaces on the answer sheet, doesn't it? Take your time and contemplate each question carefully. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit different. A Pokemon, with button to use to let a Pokemon out of its ball so it can walk alongside you. Oh boy. I do this all the time. And yeah, I do it subconsciously. Oh no. It's definitely not the plus button. Oh boy, ZR or just the R button? I think it's ZR, because I think R is for, the quick battles, or the let's go battles, or whatever. So I'm going to say ZR. Combine one letter and one number below to correctly say when and where eggs are found. Oh. Oh, okay. During picnics in your basket. Which of the following is an effective way to warm up eggs? Going to sleep, walking around, battling. I mean, walking around battling actually would seem like that should do something, but no, it's just walking. What will not make a Pokemon easier to catch? Giving them berries, surprising them, poison, certain kinds of Pokeballs. Berries. What will make it easier to catch Pokemon of higher and higher levels? Gym badges! This question won't affect your grade. How do you like the Pokedex? Is it easy to use? I don't use it that much. Alright everyone, time's up! I hope you all enjoyed tackling those questions. Now, the last question was just something that I'm personally curious to know. Don't tell the director about it, okay? I'll grade these right away. I hope you're all looking forward to seeing how what you did. I swear, if this is the first time that I don't get all the answers right. I mean, I'm more than certain that we at least passed. Alright. What do we get? Yeah, I was right! My perfect score remains intact. Alright, let's continue on with the biology classes. Hello, I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. You all did really great on the midterm exam. Thanks for answering my little question at the end, too. I'll be sure to keep your responses in mind. Alright, we're now heading into the last half of our classes together. It's time for our knowledge to evolve and grow, just like our Pokemon. Evolution. Yep, evolution. Today we're going to learn about a fascinating phenomenon of Pokemon evolution. As your Pokemon battle and level up, they learn moves and get stronger. And for some Pokemon, once they've leveled up enough, their appearance changes, and their stats increase, sometimes by a lot. That's Pokemon evolution. Pokemon become very strong when they evolve, making them trusty partners in battle. But some people prefer to keep their Pokemon in their adorable, pre-evolved states. To do this, you just need to remember a certain button when your Pokemon begins to evolve. Say it with me if you already know. To cancel evolution, press the C button. The ever-present C button. No, the B button. That's right, everyone. B for best answer. But you want when you need to stop a Pokemon from evolving is the B button. If you press this button soon after a Pokemon begins to evolve, you can stop it from changing. You can also let the Pokemon hold an item known as an Everstone to keep it from evolving. And keep in mind that the requirements for evolution differ from Pokemon to Pokemon. Some may evolve by having a certain item, such as a Firestone or a Thunderstone used on them. Others may have to learn a specific move or defeat a specific Pokemon in battle to evolve. The way Primeape evolves into Annihilate is especially strange. You see, there's a certain move that... Sorry, looks like we're out of time. I guess we'll have to end the class there today. Thank you all for your attention. Interesting, so that would have been a hint in case you didn't know how to evolve Primeape into Annihilate. Very interesting. Though I guess it was slightly different because either way I knew it involved that one move. I just didn't know if it was evolve a whole... use while knowing the move or use the move X number of times. Anyway, let's continue on with the classes. Hello, hello! I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. But before we get going, do you all remember the final question on our midterm exam? Well, Director Clavel found out about it somehow, and I got yelled at. Whoops. Apparently, he could tell I was hiding something just by looking at me. He must have noticed all the color flush right out of my face. Speaking of color, today I'd like to teach you all about colors as they pertain to Pokemon. Some Pokemon have slightly different coloration or patterning on their bodies based on their gender or individual differences. In very rare cases, a Pokemon may have wildly different coloration compared to others of the same species. We call these specimens shiny Pokemon. It is quite rare to cross paths with one. Does anyone here know what the likelihood of finding a shiny Pokemon is? Yeah, it would be 1 in 4,000, because when did they have it? Was it X and Y that they had it? Because it used to be like 1 in 8,100 and something. But I think it was X and Y that they had it to 1 in 4,000 something. So yeah, 1 in 4,000. Whoa, that's right! You may have the makings of a Pokemon professor, Destro. Shiny Pokemon appear at a rate of 1 in 4,000. Isn't that amazing? The probability of encountering one in the wild is the same as hatching one from an egg, too. Eggs from a pair of Pokemon raised around different languages are a special case. There's a higher than average chance that a shiny Pokemon will hatch from these eggs, but we haven't been able to figure out why that is just yet. I've also heard rumors of a charm that increases your likelihood of finding shiny Pokemon when you have it in your bag. Can you believe that? This claim can't be scientifically verified, but it sure would be fun if it were true. Whew, that's the bell. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention. And I got me a shiny boy myself. I'm so glad that I managed to find Tarma. So many Pokemon Let's Plays, and it's finally got a shiny Pokemon in one of them. Alright, now just to be sure that there isn't a story beat associated with him. Yeah, does not appear. Okay. So it seemed like my original instinct was correct, and Jacques does not have a story beat associated with him. He's just there to rate your Pokedex outside of classes. Hello, hello! I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. Next time we meet, we'll have our final exam. That means today is our last actual class. And the topic for this last class will be Pokemon forms. You can just think of forms as the shapes or appearances that Pokemon have. There's also a phenomenon called a form change, where Pokemon's appearance changes under certain conditions. Cyclizar, for example, which we regularly ride on as transportation here in Paldea, has 3 forms. First is its basic form, where it walks on 4 legs. Second is its battle form, where it stands on its hind legs to engage in battle. Finally, there's its ride form, where it inflates its throat sac on its tail so we can ride on its back. Though, we can use something you're all carrying with you now as an even better example. Yep, I'm talking about your phones. Some smartphones are inhabited by certain Pokemon. Does anyone know what Pokemon I'm referring to? That would be a Pikachu! Why Heracross? Anyway, it's a Rotom. You're a regular expert on Pokemon and technology, aren't you, Destro? The Pokemon inside your smartphone is Rotom, and it does all sorts of things to help you out. A Rotom inside a Rotom phone is special, so it doesn't try to enter other electronics. An ordinary Rotom, however, can change form by entering washing machines, microwave ovens, and other electronic appliances. Rotom is a bit of an exception, though. Many Pokemon can change form, do so simply by holding an item or by having one used on them. Oricorio, for example, has 4 different forms it can change between when given certain nectars. Pokemon may even change type or learn different moves when they change form. Form changes are different from evolution in that the Pokemon can return to its original form. And unlike shiny Pokemon, which can't change their special coloration, the same individual Pokemon can go back and forth between its forms. There's also a lot to dig into with this form change phenomenon, as you can see. We can all learn something from Pokemon here, don't you think? Bit of a stretch, but I'd be happy to see you all enjoy your time at the Academy to the fullest, and change form into a new version of yourselves. Or, well, something like that anyway. Oh, I almost forgot! Regional forms, which may be based on what region a Pokemon came from, don't change like other forms. They're an innate... there's the bell. I guess I was scatterbrained Mr. Jacques right up to the very end, huh? Well, I had a great time teaching all of you. Now you'll do your best on the final exam. I guess it tracks that some things you don't quite get the full information on. Feels very much like other classes that you might take. Anyway, let's go ahead and just do the final. I mean, this might be a shorter episode, but again, that's fine. I'd rather not completely throw out my voice again. Hasn't happened in this project, but it has happened in the past. Hello everyone! Today is our final exam. It will cover everything I've taught you so far, but I'm sure you'll all do just fine. Take your time and contemplate each question carefully. How many of the following 4 methods make it easier to catch a Pokemon? Paralysis, using a toy, feeding a berry, surprising it from behind. 2. Poke-toy. Aren't Poke-toys only available in picnics? Anyway, yeah, only 2 of those methods work. True or false? You can get new Pokemon only by catching them yourself or trading with other trainers. False. You can also hatch them from eggs. If a Pokemon is holding an Everstone, while using an item that induces evolution, such as a Firestone, calls it to evolve. Ooh! I never considered that. I mean, it'd be weird that you would even think of doing that. Would the Everstone prevent a stone evolution from happening? I don't think Jacques went over that. And I've never considered ever trying that. Does an Everstone only stop... I would imagine that it would. And then it just doesn't have any effect as long as it's holding the Everstone. Because I think the Everstone just prevents all forms of evolution. We'll see. It's a very interesting experiment, and I, again, never thought to ever try that. But yeah, holding an Everstone. Oh, let's make sure I actually say the right answer that I'm trying to do. If a Pokemon's holding an Everstone, will using Stone Evolution cause it to evolve? I'm going to say no, it will not cause it to evolve. What's the probability of running into a shiny Pokemon? 1 in 4,000. True or false? Pokemon known as Oricorio has 3 forms. Oricorio has 4 forms. Do you have anything you would like to say about my class? I'm still getting used to this teaching thing, but I sure had fun as your teacher. Thank you for being our teacher. Okay, time's up, whether you like it or not. Hope everyone enjoyed tackling those questions. I snuck in a little bonus question there right at the end again. Shh, it's our little secret. Don't tell the director. I'll grade these right away. I hope you're all looking forward to seeing how you did. Alright, let's see. Ooh, we missed one. Our perfect score ruined. So I guess a Stone Evolution overrides the Everstone then. Interesting, I never considered that. But it still passes. Okay, now, does Jacques ever show up now? No, it does not appear so. So, I mean, the only time we'll actually see him is actually in the biology lab, where he will grade our Pokedex. Speaking of which, how many Pokemon do I currently have in my Pokedex? Okay, we have 65 Pokemon added to the Pokedex already. If you're wondering why I didn't actually show it, that's because there is a little bit of a spoiler. If you're wondering what exactly I'm talking about, I do have a little bit of prep work that I've already done for the DLCs. More specifically, I've already gotten my starter Pokemon for the DLC, and they are registered to the Pokedex. So, I don't want to spoil that, and I completely forgot about that. But I already have that taken care of. But yeah, I have 65 Pokemon to the Pokedex, so I need an extra 35. I'm not entirely sure where I would go for that, especially since the legendary Pokemon, there's only 4 of those, as far as I'm aware of. But we're gonna go ahead and call it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. Actually, there was someone who told me that there was an actual Scarlet book on like a circular thing here. Anyway, I'll go ahead and do the outro. If I can find the Scarlet book, that would be great. Anyway, next ooh, is this it? Ah, it is. What section would you like to read? Great Crater Paldea, Area 0, Cartograph, Pokemon, Monsters, Herba Mystica, Plates, Treasure, Imagine Pokemon. Jeez, this is... Okay, there is a lot here. I'd rather not read all of it with my current voice issues. I may want to read that at some point. Well, actually, I have an idea. So, I did see that we do have a few more, looks like, interactions with Penny, Arvin, and Nimona. So I think rather than jumping into another class, we'll go ahead and handle all of those interactions with our friends. Hopefully it's just like 1 or 2 instances of us talking to them. Hopefully it's not just another big side quest-y thing. So we'll see what all of that entails. And if we have enough time, maybe we can go ahead and read the Scarlet book. There was a lot of information there. Some stuff that seemed like stuff we already learned about. Other stuff that seemed kind of interesting. I'd like to see what it actually says about the Pokemon, the monsters. Plates, I'm wondering what that is. Treasure as well. And this, a Isk Pokemon? So, I mean, there are some things there that I would very much want to actually, like, read and actually see what the full Scarlet book says, rather than just being told what's in the Scarlet book, or getting excerpts from other books. Not sure if we'll actually get that. It depends on how long it'll take to get through our friends' conversations. But assuming there's enough time, we can take a look at the Scarlet book once we take a look as to our other friends. Looks like there's another episode that we gotta do. But that's what happens when you go in blind. You don't know how many other things will basically pull you off the beaten path. Or at least what you thought was the beaten path was. So until next time, everyone, take care.